Ladies and gentlemen, beautiful people, take a look at this. Not the tank on the screen, but take a look at this, guys. This is, well, can we call it a new map or how should we approach to Klondike? Because Wargaming is actually going to tune this this map for random battles. So this is the Grand Battles map or the Onslaught map as well. You know, we have some Onslaught battles, modified map, but Wargaming is going to change this map from 1400 by 1400 meter map to 1050 and 1050 to fit random battles and the amount of players, right? So this is how it looked like, you know, we're overall the changes over here, and this is before, and if I click the button, this is after right over here. And also, ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I am going to show you Mines 2.0. Wargaming is also going to bring Mines 2.0 version into the game, just like they did with the Dezrng, for example. But more about that in a second. So this is how the Klondike is looking like. You know, can we call it a new map? Well, kind of. You know, for random battles, this is a new map. There are many players who have never seen Klondike in action. If you have not played Grand Battles, if you have those unselected, or if you have not played Onslaught either. So yeah, there's a big chance that some of you guys have never even seen this map, have never even played on this map, even though it has been in the game for many years. So over here they make a little sniping hills, same for the other side, right? Same was for the other side, yeah, but I would say this hill is way more comfortable to go on to attack. You know, Klondike, you like it, you don't. I guess this is a map what we definitely need to play to get a good feel. There are some things completely the same. That's interesting that they leave this high ground to the random battle map actually, because this is very separated. Like you can see that the border, red border is up there. You know, the new red border is up there. So that means you can actually go up there and have a little balcony action. Definitely for something for EBRs and very fast tanks to do. This is one of the middle sides. So simply adding more cover, not as open as it used to be, not as open as before. Over here, this is the south part of the map, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? No, this is not the south. Ah, this is also the middle. This is actually the middle, but the other side. Yeah, they removed bunch of houses over here. Bunch of houses removed. This is the side I was talking about over there. Anyway, bunch of houses removed. Otherwise, too much cover over here for one side compared to the other side. I guess just for balancing reasons. This is the middle of the map. A bridge has been added. Extra little hill in the center of the frozen lake. River system lake over here. Yeah, bridge, extra hill. And a lot more trees overall. You can see the map border has been brought down there as well. Okay, this is the heavy corner, let's say. Wow, okay, this has been completely nuked. Very different. So you do not have the high ground. Like this is the high ground. That's the second level. And that's the first level or the ground level. Or maybe we can call that the ground level over there previously. But you can see how much this has been tuned. Full port has been made over here. You cannot cross that. There's balconies for both sides, but you can't like cross. You can't go over it. That seems to be raised heavily as well. Yeah, another angle from that. Could be interesting gameplay over here. Yeah, this looks way more like a random battle map now. Just, you know, the middle, extra cover in the middle. Side scraping action, hull down action added, and a bird's eye view as well for you right over here. This is the Grand Battle map. Pay attention on the border, and random battle map has been made smaller, for 350 by 350 meters smaller. So this is Klondike, guys, coming to random battles. I guess we can classify this kind of as a new map. Maybe, I would say so. But this one, next up, we are going to talk about mines, ladies and gentlemen, and what Wargaming is saying about this map is. For the mines map, we intend to make the gameplay more varied by increasing the location size from 800 by 800 meters to 1000 by 1000 meter map, which allows us to create a new attack direction in zone 1 and 2. They say, and add new defensive positions near the capture bases. Tank spawn might have been adjusted to balance the timing of their arrival at various positions. So let's say if people rush the hill, you know, they can do that at the same time. Let's say one side should not get the advantage over the other side. And also we have prepared two versions of the enlarged mines map with the new direction. On version 1, the new direction is more closed. On version 2, the new direction is more open, but with more options for concealments. Okay, we are going to take a look at those pictures at the end over here. Two versions, like bird's eye view version. And I really hope, by the way, I really hope that they're going to do the same with mines as they did with Ensk. Leaving the small mines for up to, let's say, tier 7 tanks, and the big mines is for higher tier vehicles only. And the higher tier vehicles cannot go to the small Ensk, because the Ensk is, let's be honest, way too small right now. So this is what we currently have over here. You can see the red border, and boom, just like that, this hill has been made a lot bigger. You can actually approach this hill from two different sides now. This is the sniper hill next to the spawn, like we currently have. You can see, right, the standard sniper hill, but now you can approach it from two different directions. You still have some sniping cover. You have bigger cover over here, more room up here, for example. And also two versions you can see. One is the old rock remaining. On one version there is this rock split up basically with some extra concealment added. Yeah, that's the biggest difference over here. Alright, moving on. This is the other side. The other side, are they going to balance it out somehow? Because, you know, when we talk about base defense, like this side had completely different base defense, or the final stand, compared to this spawn, for example, on the current small mines. So map border, boom, right over here, and now it has been moved way back here, and yeah, extra room, basically, simply put, extra room for the last stand, for sniper tank destroyers as well, on mines map, and a lot more room on the island, as you can already see. A lot more room over there, but you know, more pictures will show up soon. Two versions over here, version number 1 and version number 2. The biggest difference seems to be just, you know, some terrain height differences over here, but the biggest difference seems to be on the island. So let's move on. Let's move on. This is South spawns, little protection hill, spotting hill. Not too many changes to this, right? Not too many changes. Yeah, they removed some of the rock over here, but it will play different. You know, it will play completely different, and some terrain differences. Okay, and same area for the other spawn. This is just one version, you know, just one version. Basically to counter or to make a similar position what the other side had. Basically coming down to this. Alright. Let's see, this is the hillside. What can we locate over here? What can we locate over here? So, more protect. The hill seems to be the same, right? The hill seems to be identical. Looking at the ruins over here. Just more cover added over here, but the city and the housing seems to be exactly the same as well. So this, not city, or let's say the village side, seems to be very, very similar. Just added extra protection, extra side scraping, layer of defensive position over here. The other side. And they did include the houses over here. Okay. So this is, you know, where artillery was always hiding at the end of the battle, behind this rock to blow one more time whoever is trying to destroy it, right? But now we have some housing, some real estate has been added. And also very sneaky hidden corner. Okay. Like we have to hide that. Wargaming, you have to move those runes over here just to touch the red line, because this corner, I guarantee you guys, I guarantee you already, this corner will be used just to, you know, troll at the end of the battle a little bit. But you can be very sneaky over here. If enemy team is pushing in from the island too aggressively, you can be a surprise attacker over here. Or, you know, if enemy is pushing in from this side, then you get proxied, of course. And seems like there is some hill play action. At least by the looks of it, you could go up there. It looks interesting, but yeah, this is, you know, artillery can hide now behind this rock, for example, to shoot the hill and shoot the island, shoot across the map, right? I don't see much more use for this position other than that. Maybe some last stand defense or some weird flanking angles to be safe, you know, to be completely safe, to not get spotted by the middle. You come over here, you go, you know, very safely on the island. Could be one play right here. And two versions of it once again. On one version, the high hill is more hogging the map border. On the second version, the higher hill is more towards the middle of the map. I don't even know which one I would prefer right now. Maybe this one, actually. Because having to deal with two hills, two positions where players are just able to flat out outspot you and your base, I don't think this is a good idea. I don't think adding this hill towards the center of the map is not a good idea. I think this is way better. Just like the snowball effect of this position could be too big, in my humble opinion. And the other side doesn't get any housing, any real estate, just gets old ruins. But, you know, somewhat of a similar idea for the position overall, for this big mines. Yeah, you know, no housing, but somewhat of a similar position. They basically added all that in and made it playable. This was already ready over here. Okay. Yeah, interesting. For sure interesting, guys. And this is the middle now. Talked about this. This is the hill what they simply added in one version. What is already in the game as well, by the way, you can see. One version and the second version. Yeah, the more I look at it, the more I think I would prefer this. Just for the sake of snowballing. You know, let's say your team is winning, you're able to get over here. Yes, this position can be very powerful, but it is also very powerful for the enemy team, huh? I would say. Although, in this version, we have a lot of pushes in the middle. Hard to say. What do you think, guys? Hugging the border or more towards the center? Border or center? Let me know. Let me know. And another angle from this. A lot more room to play. A lot more arty cover over here. You can just advance rock after rock forward. Would be interesting to know how much you see to the middle. The middle seems to be the same overall. Yeah, the middle doesn't get changed at all. By the looks of it, it does not get changed at all. And this is the final bird's eye view. The map we currently have. Old, Mines and new mines. Old mines, new mines. More room, guys. More room to fight. Bigger map for higher tiers. This is what high tiers need. High tiers need. And 2 versions of it as well. Alright, so Mines 2.0, ladies and gentlemen, is coming hopefully sooner rather than later. And as I said, Wargaming, make it like you made it with Ensk. You are keeping the small mines in for lower tiers, and you allow bigger tanks or higher tier tanks only play on this new version. That's just my opinion. How do you feel about that? Maybe you think that Mines is perfectly fine, balanced, and good to go for high tiers even now. You know, what are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Much love. Stay awesome, stay beautiful, take care, and bye.